What up, YouTube? It's Wolf King, and you watch Wolf King's vids. Okay, so I've been out and about working, running errands and stuff like that. It's been a while since I've been able to make a video. So we're just gonna get into it real quick. First, we're gonna deal with the small fries, and then we're gonna build up to the important stuff. Okay, so all right. Okay, so we got the mental midget. G-Man talking about a religion that mocks religions.
Foremost, I want to talk about, this religion that exists just to mock other religions. And you know what religion I'm talking about is atheism. Some of you immediately are cringing and biting your nails and not. But the fact of the matter is, or atheism is a religion. Let me tell you guys why I'm bringing this up again. YouTuber by the name of Evidence has me on Skype. He contacted me last night. I was not seeking out to him. He contacted me, and he wanted my 3 best arguments for why God existed, and I gave him my 3 best arguments just for kicks and because I know in order for me to be able to prove any of these things should not be considered science and cannot be taught in school or whatever, right? So I said, okay, since we're going to go deal with the courts, then the courts also says that atheism is a religion.
I mean, I really don't see how calling atheism as a religion is a big fucking deal. I mean, in terms of the First Amendment, I mean, you would want the same protections that religions have for the non-religious. Really, some big deal or some grand swipe against atheism. I don't even know what the fuck he's inferring that that's some kind of point on his behalf.
Response to Evidence, but since he says I never make videos about him, but yeah, atheism is a religion. It has its dogmas. One of the rules that you guys have is if you're an atheist, for some reason you got to mock other people's beliefs. Richard Dawkins famously said that to mock them, ridicule them in public, and that's how my beliefs should be treated, and that's how the beliefs of all these other people out here. Mind you, on the internet, they would never do this in public. Though actually, they're doing that in public because they.
I mean, yeah, that's sort of freedom of speech. So that includes making jokes. That includes satire. That includes cartoons. Whatever medium that you could think of. I mean, we do have that right in the free marketplace of ideas in the public sphere. Whether it's on the internet or just out in public. So yeah, El Satan biatch.
Further prove that they have a religion with all the mega churches that they're building, where atheists take time out of their busy schedule. Remember, we only got but so many hours in the day. They take time out. And like I said, there's a bunch of different things we're gonna be talking about here today. But atheism.
Yeah, I'm already bored of this shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking. I got a little loaded before doing this, and I decided, let's see what G-Man is yammering about. All right, so we got Ron McDonald butthurt about some drag set or whatever. He's been bitch made about drag for the longest. He said he was gonna make his bitch for 2017, and that shit has manifested a great deal in true. Like he's feeling it.
I got bored, so I started scrolling around on G Plus.
All right, hang on.
All right, guys. So I'm sitting over here waiting for these people to finish up so that I can leave because I've been sitting here for a very long time and I would like to leave. And I got bored, so I started scrolling around on G Plus, and I ended up coming in contact with some recent videos of Dragnoc's made. And I started listening to them. I didn't listen to them all. Just setting remarks that Dragnoc made, which motivated me to make this video. Because look, Dragnoc, you need to stop with these remarks. Well, so-and-so is uneducated, so-and-so doesn't know this, and then laughing and mocking at certain statements that somebody might make.
I mean, yeah, he's mocking you and laughing at you because you've claim that you could go more in depth beyond these high school analogies of biology and chemistry, and this has never actually occurred. This never actually happened. Like you always seem to have muddled or mixed up words or language when it comes to technology. I mean, that's why you're worthy of being mocked. You can never accept correction, ever, no matter who actually has the right amount of academic degrees behind their words. Take this out.
Because of the fact that you've been guilty of all of these things times over, not only yourself, but the other people in your community that tend to go along with you in this mocking and this condescension, like the JD Kanes, the Steves, the Sams, the Hogtie Champs, and so on. A few weeks ago, with you, on G-Man's channel, you want to talk about somebody who doesn't listen and who can't be reasoned with, or just wants to hold on to beliefs because, you know, they need those things to be true. Drag was speaking in such a condescending and confident tone about.
I mean, that's pretty much projection on Ryan's part. I mean, arrogant and confident tone. I mean, like, he's the epitome of that shit. I mean, like, you can't tell him anything because he's an idiot savant. He's a self-taught genius. You know, he basically makes Leonardo da Vinci look fucking retarded. I mean, he has this weird rivalry with Drag that sort of borders on the fact that Drag's actually, in this case, he's going to college and bettering himself, whereas Ronnie has a ladder. He's just fucking up and just doing nothing with regard to science on rather than YouTube.
About how genetics is evidence for evolution, and he's very sure of himself. So of course, I hear this guy speak. This guy from, you know, out of out of a room where there's going to be 9 other atheists that are going to bombard me and keep me from cross-examining him. So I say, all right, guy, you think you got this evidence? Let's see what you got. And I question him, I press him. And the best that this guy's able to offer is, well, why don't you come talk to this guy, Christopher, in another room where there's 9 other atheists in there? When I'm talking to Dragnock in that room of G-Man, I mean, like I said, obviously, Drag understood that. This is going to be a more fair setting to where, you know, there's going to be no BS. He's going to be cross-examined, and no one's going to be able to save him or distract the issue.
I mean, he's just like, I'm just going to just take it back for a minute. Like, honestly, he is just deteriorating, like, in terms of his content. Like, this is just, at this point, it's just like a sad attempt to save face. If this dude really gave a fuck about being science literate, like, he'd actually do something in terms of like trying to get like a science education or trying to better himself in, like, by getting like a science degree, you know, whether it's chemistry, biology, or anything. Like, there's really no reason for him to even engage in this subject when he's not even formally like trained in or learned it at all. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm some kind of fucking like I don't know, Richard Dawkins or Neil deGrasse Tyson type of person myself, but you know, I strive to be science literate, and if any time I'm in error, I'll go back to an expert that actually knows and trained in it. This motherfucker, he doesn't, like, unless it's fucking Ken Hovind or Ken Ham or something like that.
By bombarding the discussion or derailing the discussion, you know, to save him. That is indicative of somebody who's not open-minded. That is indicative of somebody who wants to hold on to their beliefs and wants to keep himself from appearing to be wrong in discussion. So he is wanting me to go talk to somebody else so that, you know, I don't, you know, take away that supposed evidence that he has. The Drag is notorious for doing stuff like that. A lot of people in this community, you know, they don't listen. They don't want to hear what people say. I mean, Look at how Drag fell down a flight of stairs over the negligible necessity longevity situation with me. I mean, got all that completely wrong. Had no clue what he was talking about. What did he try to use rhinos as evidence in comparison to hard trees? Come on, clearly the guy never even spoke on the issue of longevity.
I mean, it's to my understanding that the first time it was brought up, he was trying to use that as some kind of evidence to prove that ancient men existed for thousands of years, and those are our ancestors or something, like immortals or whatever. And honestly, the only other instance of that existing were in I don't know, I believe like those sea turtles, island turtles, something like that. From like the Galapagos. Yeah, but other than that, like I really don't see like how that was a big error on Drag's part. I mean, like he was trying to use that to justify like some belief in the Bible, and it just didn't correlate. It was just some ad hoc bullshit. So yeah.
It pertains to that topic. Prior to making those statements, maybe now he has, because he failed so hard. Might have tried to up his game a little bit. I don't know, but I know that when that exchange went back and forth, I mean, it was embarrassing. It was like, dude, who are you trying to?
I mean, a room with Drag, so I don't see the point in even engaging this. I mean, he's just gonna say like, oh, I'm right. Everyone else is wrong. All these guys are wrong. Like I have this special knowledge. I'm not even gonna engage this bullshit. All right, big shit. Okay, what about that shit with Bill O'Reilly?
The New York Times has a new story about Bill O'Reilly and his sexual harassment. Earlier this year, conservative TV host Bill O'Reilly was ousted from Fox News following a sexual harassment scandal. Following reports that he had paid out millions of dollars to settle multiple allegations of sexual harassment, O'Reilly was pushed out from the network that he had made home for over 20 years, during which time he had become the biggest star in cable news. The New York Times, a month prior to O'Reilly signing a new contract extension with Fox News that would pay him $25 million annually for 4 years, he reached a $32 million agreement with the network analyst to settle sexual harassment allegations. The network was aware of that deal when O'Reilly signed his contract. Although the deal has not been previously made public, the network's parent company, 21st Century Fox, that it was aware of the woman's complaints about Mr. O'Reilly. They included allegations of repeated harassment, a non-consensual sexual relationship, and the sending of gay pornography and other sexually explicit material to her, according to the people briefed on the matter. For this latest...
Oh my God, this is lovely. I'm enjoying this.
News apparently tried to contain this story and stand by O'Reilly just months after Roger Ailes was pushed out as chief of the network over his long history of sexual harassment and misconduct. Megyn Kelly had decided to leave Fox News. Fox wanted to retain their biggest star and reliable ratings machine. With Liz Wheel on Fox News for 15 years and appeared frequently on O'Reilly's program. 21st Century Fox described it as a personal issue between the two of them. They've sent pornography to Wheel, following reason to the Times. Get this. In response to questions about why he sent sexually explicit material to Miss Wheel, that during his time at the network, he had been sent threatening messages almost every day. Obscene material. To deal with this problem, Mr. O'Reilly said he set up a system in which the material would be forwarded to his lawyers so they could evaluate whether he needed to take any legal action. Miss Wheel was among those lawyers.
Okay, that's a bit bizarre to be sending photography to your lawyers as evidence. You just say that you have that as a reference, but to send that directly to them, that's unprofessional as hell. I think that's the essential thing to bring up in this manner. But then again, with this whole history of sexual harassment and non-consensual engagements with the female work associates, it's really just par for the course. But goddamn, they trying to keep this guy. That's beyond fucked up.
Publicly, we now know that O'Reilly has paid out at least $45 million to settle sexual harassment claims. And is that rich? Oh, O'Reilly thinks he's slick, man.
That's just that's crazy. 45 million sending porn to random chicks and lawyers. He is one crazy dude. He is beyond fucked up in the head. Like I am amazed he could even be on TV with any legit or radio with any legitimacy or respect. I mean, he is beyond irredeemable. What a piece of shit. Oh man. No, but you can check that out in the info box. I'll have a link there for that. But yeah, that's an all-time low for Fox News. I'm just gonna say that right now. Okay. What we got? Okay, one more. Legal prostitution might be coming to California.
Prostitution might be coming to California. Coming to California. This is from The Independent. A federal appeals court has opened the door to legalizing prostitution in California. The 9th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in San Francisco recently allowed a legal challenge to the statewide ban on prostitution to proceed. It overturns a lower court's decision to toss the case out last year. Hearing, conservative judge Carlos Bea wondered aloud, why should it be illegal to sell something that it's legal to give away? The case was originally filed in 2015 by 3 former sex workers, one potential client, and the San Francisco-based erotic service provider Legal Educational and Research Project. The plaintiffs argued that the 145-year ban unfairly deprives of the right to private activity, criminalizes the discussion of such activity, and unconstitutionally places prohibitions on individuals' right to freely associate. In this case, Sirkin argued, are voluntary to engage in sexual activity.
This is an interesting social experiment to see, like how we can best regulate and maintain the system of free moving sex workers. I have a very libertarian thought about this, but let's continue with the video.
News. The case revives a long-running argument in which both sides invoke protecting vulnerable sex workers. Opponents of decriminalizing sex work argue that an ancient consensual activity should be allowed until it hurts marginalized members of society. Opponents warn that removing criminal penalties would embolden pimps and validate abuse of women. Numerous civil rights and LGBT advocacy organizations are arguing in a court filing that sex between consensual not be illegal. They also argued that gay and transgender people are disproportionately affected by the prohibition because they are for prosecution, whether or not they're actually engaged in sex work, and that women selling sex are arrested more than men buying it. That's true. That's certainly true. So,
yeah, but that's the reality of it. Hold on, I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Anyway, I had to get the dope mail, man. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the prostitutes making it legal. That would be a thing to do, you know, because I remember they did like they got a small little project out in Texas that's working, you know, on that small scale. I think you know, maintaining it and regulating it, bringing it to the free market will be the best way to maintain protection of like the sex workers, you know, maintaining like having the pimps full and like not, you know, hit them or abuse them and everything, because, you know, then they'll have like lawyers and litigation and stuff like that, you know, rights. That's paramount to the system working effectively. I mean, it's better than just, you know, persecuting them, because like there are serious stories and tragedies of people who are just like forced into this like way of life, like without any choice, and then they're demonized criminals. You know, I mean, that's not fair. I mean, like on real, that is the reality country and in others. But so, I mean, I really feel like if we do go along the arrangement, but yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. I think we should try. I guess that's all I can say for right now. I was gonna look for something about Antonio Fletcher, but I really don't care right now. I'm gonna just go in the video. All right, this has been Wolf King. Peace out. If you like this video, you know what to do. Stop out. Hey, hail Satan. I'm out. Peace, y'all.